The first question, what got you interested in learning more about optimistic wellness? When I was 15, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and it led me to this journey being in the hospital and all that good stuff for a long time, and I got into reading lots of literature on personal development, such as books by Bill Russell, leadership books, a book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, How to Win Friends and Influence People. These are some books that heavily influenced me, books by the Dalai Lama. And all of this kind of mixed with my personal experience that led me to have all of these realizations and to start Optimistic Wellness. The idea is to put a personal spin, my personal spin, from the experience of someone who's kind of gone through this chronic illness at a young age. And I do this through video blogs. I'm really passionate about that, and just really sharing my message that optimism is really the only way to live. And when I say optimism, I mean it as a solution-focused mindset, not some starry-eyed optimist, which I used to be, by the way. Do you consider yourself to be a leader? That is a very, very interesting question, Sean. I do not, because the moment you consider yourself to be a leader is the moment you feel that your life's work is complete. And the moment you feel your life's work is complete, that's when you stop growing, that's when you die. Whether you're in 6 feet under or not, that's when you stop growing. I believe that leadership can only be determined by other people. It's a quality that other people determine in you. And while I advocate for not caring what other people think, when you die, that's when people can determine if you're a leader. We can look back at people like, who are the traditional ones? We got Martin Luther King, Gandhi, who else do we have? Ben Franklin. We look at these people and we say, they are freaking great leaders. But we know that after they died. And yes, other people probably considered them leaders while they were alive as well, obviously. But when you consider yourself a leader, I think that's a little bit too pompous and arrogant. So I try to stay away from that. How certain are you about your own convictions and values? Whoa, that is really cool. And if you asked me this question 1 year ago, I would probably have said, yeah, I'm pretty certain. But there's a great quote out there by Voltaire. Maybe I'll write it down or something. I got to look it up. It's something along the lines of, the more I learn, the more I see, the more certain I am that I know nothing. And just as I progress in my life and keep moving forward, I'm starting to realize how little I know. And I need to be ready. If I'm incredibly certain of my convictions, well, we'll talk about convictions here, that reality is this way, it can't be any other way, then I limit myself. I put myself in a very rigid box that this is how it is when I was 14 years old, so this is how it's going to be when I'm 24 years old. That's not the way reality works. We're constantly changing by experiences. We're constantly reading new books, and our convictions and values may change over time. That being said, the 10 Commandments, why not? Those will not change. I cannot see myself turning into a Raskolnikov in Crime and Punishment and saying that it's good to murder for the greater good of society. That's never going to happen. These don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, those are set in stone. So I'm very certain of those convictions. But everything else, it could change at any moment. You never know. Okay. What would you say is your greatest strength and weakness? Whoa. Dude, these are some good questions. My greatest strength, I would say, and I've asked people about this because I like to get evaluations from other people, because sometimes we have tunnel vision. I would say it's persistence. In my life, that's been my key quality. Like, some people have courage, some people have confidence. Mine is persistence. Whatever situation is going on in my life, whether it's a freaking paper jam or something like that, or just technology breaking, I would always fix it. From a young age, my parents, they put me on a computer when I was like 3-4 years old, and the computer was breaking, and I had to press all these buttons and fix the computer, and that kind of instilled a mindset in me of, okay, there's going to be problems, and we gotta work on them. And that's my greatest strength, persistence. Throughout the hospital, I was always persistent in keeping an optimistic mindset, and now I'm persistent in pursuing all these different projects that I'm working on. Weakness. Man, that is tough. What is my greatest weakness? Let's see, one that comes to mind. In the past, sometimes I'm a little bit arrogant, sometimes a little bit full of myself, and one of my weaknesses, I believe this is maybe everyone's weakness, I get too influenced by my environment sometimes, and when I surround myself with the wrong people, I become kind of nasty, kind of impolite, not really a nice person to be around. I've since eradicated that problem, I hope. But yeah, that's impatience. Just, I've got this, hold on. Got this book for last year, 1,000 Paths to Patience. It's got all these inspirational quotes and stuff, and I read it like all the time. And there's just incredible quotes in here. So yeah, impatience is sometimes probably my greatest weakness. How do you keep yourself motivated and encouraged? Very good question, my friend. Sean, that's good stuff. I keep myself motivated and encouraged by creating daily routines throughout my day. For example, every morning I have about 1.5 hours where I spend reading a book for about 30 minutes. Right now I'm reading Purple Cow by Seth Godin. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, we got here Purple Cow by Seth Godin. I check out books from the library. I read a ton, dude. I read a lot. That helps me big time. I watch inspirational speeches from people like Tony Robbins, Sean Stevenson, Eben Pagan. I surround myself with these people. I read their books. I go through their material, and it helps me out like no other. Oh, and also in addition to my routine, I do daily stretching. I meditate for 5 minutes. I visualize my goals in a little goal journal that I got. I do a lot of stuff, and I exercise throughout the day. I pursue my goals, and that kind of keeps me motivated. But good books, I would say, are the key. Good books, good speeches, TED Talks, you know. What keeps you from giving up? Do you find it difficult to write, blog, and record videos so often? Yes, I do. And what keeps me from giving up is having a ridiculously high standards for myself. Because sometimes my friends will be like, or family will be like, you're tired today. You can skip a day from your routine, your video. And I say, hell no. I cannot skip a day, because if I skip a day in this routine or whatever, the next day I'm going to feel all this cognitive pressure to skip another day. And if you skip 2 days in a row, that's pretty much fatal to any habit that you're trying to achieve in your life, skipping 2 days in a row. So that's why I do this. The quick thoughts, why do I only do them 6 days a week when I have this habit? I only do this quick thoughts 6 days a week because I tend to get really controlling over my environment. This is going back to the weaknesses. And I had a meditation routine where I did it every single day for about 2 years and a few months. And I used to get completely, ridiculously stressed out about it, about missing a day, because I've held a streak for so long. So I'm doing this 6 days a week so I don't have that streak going, so I can be more relaxed about it. Even though, yes, every Sunday through Friday, every day. Today's quick thought number 82 or something. Didn't record it yet, but I will. How do you come up with ideas for your videos? Do you ever find it difficult to find inspiration? Well, I come up with ideas for my videos through really various methods. One of them is that, well, when I take a shower, isn't that like the best place to come up with ideas? When you're away from work, you're working, you're trying to come up with ideas for stuff? No, then you take a shower and then like all these ideas come to you and you have nothing to write down with? Yeah, I have that all the time. I come up with ideas lots of times, and I put these post-it notes on my desk and stuff like that. This is my finished pile, but I've got an unfinished pile underneath of blog post ideas. Free writing is a really effective method, and I don't know if I have it right now. I can't find it right now, but there's a book called The Accidental Genius by by this dude, and he talks about how free writing, just setting your mind up for 10 minutes and writing on any topic, is a great way to get ideas. I find that the more you... but here, let me give you one tip, the most powerful tip. And it's the basis of these quick thought videos. If you force your mind to come up with an idea every single day, whether it wants to or not, your mind is going to get so freaking good at coming up with ideas. It is ridiculous, dude. Just completely ridiculous. That's why I do the quick thoughts. 6 days a week. I improve at public speaking. Every quick thought video that I make, I improve my I just said that, public speaking skills, and my idea generation abilities. What are your future career plans? And if you could have any dream job, what would it be? I'm definitely focused big time on education. Right now I'm doing this literature project where I'm analyzing books and extracting life messages and deep meanings and putting them into PowerPoint presentations. Big project I'm working on right now. My future career plans is I want to be an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur who... maybe social entrepreneur. I don't know if I want to put a label on myself, but I'm always changing, and I can't tell you where I'm going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, let alone 1 year from now. I just know what I'm working on now, and I know that I'm really passionate about education, because I believe that a lot of our world's problems could be solved and alleviated through proper education, and through having them read books like Purple Cow and stuff like that, and How to Win Friends and Influence People.